Hello, everyone. My name is Tirza Ekholm, and I just wanted to get on here and share with you a few things about celiac and gluten sensitivity. I've done a little research. I just wanted to share a little bit of that with you and just kind of get some feedback from you. And if you'd like to know more about what it is that I'm doing to improve my gut health, go ahead and private message me below, reply below, or private message me, or just share with me things about health and that kind of thing. Sorry, I tend to bounce around because I don't know. It's just I'm still getting used to doing being on camera. So actually, a few years ago, a friend of mine, a really good friend of mine, shared with me how gluten had so adversely affected her health. It was quite stressful, and and she said that this was true for everyone, and I have to admit that at the time, I mean, I was paying attention to her and how she was doing, but I kind of ignored it for myself because it didn't strike me particularly as being an issue. I'm always used to eating anything and everything, and now I've, having gotten a little older and maybe a little wiser, I don't know, but I've experienced a few more things now uh, in my life, and I'm not celiac, I'll tell you that right up front, but I certainly believe that I have a few gluten sensitivities that I've never experienced before. And so I just wanted to share a little bit with you some of the things that I found. I printed them out, so hope you'll bear with me that fact that I'm going to read them to you from a piece of paper, but just some things that you may not have known. So certainly wheat has been around for thousands of years. It's probably one of the first food items our forefathers have gathered to feed themselves. And for all these thousands of years, whole grain kernel was ground and used to bake bread or prepare cereals. So fresh, whole grain has always been part of our diet without being harmful to our health. And it's not until the 1960s and 70s that people began to realize that the wheat that they are consuming is making them sick, yours truly included. So what has happened? Has our bodies changed? No. The wheat that we've relied on for thousands of years has been changed and twisted into something our forefathers would not recognize. Industrialization and all of our latest technology has been great for mankind, but it hasn't always been kind to the food that we consume. So white flour is the first food that we would call processed. In 1870, the steel roller mill allowed wheat to be separated to refine the wheat into a white powder. So I don't know if you grew up. I grew up with Wonder Bread. And I don't know that it always tasted that great, but you know, it was really great to do with it. You'd take the slices of Wonder Bread and play with it until it was really sticky, a sticky ball and that kind of thing. And actually, I'm not sure that I always ate it at that point. But anyway, that was kind of my adventure with white bread. Other than that, I didn't really care about eating it. And I've never been a really big fan of carbs. I always thought people use bread as kind of a filler to keep, so they could give us less of the good stuff. I mean, that's just my opinion. That's kind of how I grew up. But by the 1950s, technology once again let us improve our wheat, and new techniques allowed for genetically altered seeds, fertilizers, and harmful pesticides to increase wheat production. More wheat for everyone, woohoo! Except that comes with a price. The price is we ingest a lot of that stuff, and over time it builds up in our bodies and creates huge issues for us. So the nutritional value is being mangled into something unrecognizable. So at the same time, inflammations and immune diseases were being linked directly to this new improved wheat. So the degree can vary of what happens, from a bit of wheat sensitivity to greater intolerance to celiac disease, which is the inability to process any amount of wheat due to problems in the small intestines. Especially in the case of celiac disease, the digestive system views gluten as invaders and reacts accordingly. As it tries to attack these toxins, the lining of the gut itself can become damaged, resulting in leaks, inflammation, and other problems. Honestly, this is really no fun. If you suffer from any sensitivity or even celiac, you already know. You don't need me to tell you. It's just no fun. But in case you're suffering from any gut or health issues relating to inflammation, you may not know how deeply connected to your gut it may be. And so that's why the food you consume, the diet you have, the lifestyle you lead, the supplements you take, maybe it's something you need to look at and think about how you might improve your life. Honestly, I've been so amazed myself at how much my gut health affects me on a daily basis. I used to eat pasta or think nothing of eating pasta or potatoes or bread for a luncheon meal, and then wonder why an hour later I was sleepy and low in my energy and kind of in a brain fog. At the very least, it's annoying, but it's also very irritating, and it prevents me from living my best life, honestly. So that's kind of why I wanted to jump on here, share with you a few facts about gluten. I've got a whole lot more of this. The number of people diagnosed with celiac disease has quadrupled in the past 50 years. 1% of the population suffers from celiac disease, and the number is rising. Wheat sensitivity affects up to 8% of the population. It's obvious that the new improved wheat is making people sick. So people who are not allergic to modern wheat can still suffer. A 2013 study had healthy participants eat either new or old wheat for 2 months. The group that consumed the old wheat found their cholesterol level had decreased and their level of potassium and magnesium had increased. The opposite was true of the group given the new wheat. So it's important to distinguish between gluten sensitivity and celiac disease, although they can have the same symptoms, such as fatigue, bloating, diarrhea, nausea, and headaches. Guys, why do we need to suffer with this? This is crazy. Many people don't even associate those feelings with wheat, so it's critical that doctors ask questions and test for wheat allergy. People diagnosed with celiac disease suffer from identical symptoms, but the problem is more specifically designed. The gluten attacks the inflammatory system and can damage the small intestines. So guys, there's a lot more I can share with you about this. I encourage you to do your own research. Go look. There's articles about this abound on the internet. Go look this up for yourself. Watch what your experiences are as you eat things, and your experiences as you stop eating things. I can share with you that since I have been on this keto diet, my energy level has been really amazing. I've been more, wow, I'd say I've been more joyful, more hopeful about everything overall, and I'm more eager to go for things like living my best life. And that's what I want for you as well. So if any of this rings true for you, drop me a reply, drop me a comment, or send me a private message, and let's chat about this. I want everyone to be able to live their best life. And when we have the tools to do that, once we're educated and we have the know-how, life can be truly amazing. So thanks for popping on and sharing with me. I really appreciate you, and I appreciate your listening. And I encourage you to go learn and go live your best life. Thanks again, Tirza Ekholm.